Hello there. Greetings. Thank you for joining us from inside this kitchen. So, I'm in Orlando again. I went to Magic Kingdom last night. It took me 3 hours to get there last night. And I went there last night. It was just like, damn. And I went to Universal today. It was overcast, but what you did see the sun. It felt some of it, and I guess I got some. I got sunburn from it, so can't seem to get away from it. So overall, it was a good day as I'm worn out. So those that are submitting questions, I'm on Sunday now. So I'll be answering Sunday on Sunday tomorrow. I should be catching up a lot better tomorrow. Today, I have no energy whatsoever. So thank you for joining us on tonight's. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's some kind of transition on its way. I don't know if it's worldwide or what, or next week feels strange for some reason. So I guess we'll find out. I don't know what it is. As for disclosure updates, I don't think I've gone to that recently. Nothing on the horizon at this time. No, everything is kind of quiet in that deck of the woods, at least for this. They're working. I feel pig species here. The pig beings, yeah. Those are real popular in the UFO community, aren't they? Oh, it's not easy doing this. Yeah, I usually keep some of this stuff back. I mean, I've connected to that type of being before in the past, but insectoid also. And a lot of, the UFO world is still kind of, I don't know how it is, but the insectoids, at least I'll give you my take on it. That's probably the biggest species out there. Human is very small compared to them. As you can tell here, they have pretty good presence. So you can imagine in the universe what their presence is. So yeah, and everyone dies off. They come back somewhere. It does seem like a lot of them are in a reincarnation cycle. They pop in somewhere and they just continue on. It depends, or they can reincarnate and on the same world or wherever it might be. And they do. Some insectoids don't need a ship. They can go through space, of course, yeah, through dimensions, and obviously they're higher vibrational insectoids. There's also, I'm not sure if anyone's aware out there. Well, I imagine somebody is. I wasn't aware of this. This is Orlando, or funny how I'm in Orlando, but Amazon has a facial recognition. I guess they've been doing this, just another way to make money. So, but for Amazon at least, it's basically Big Brother at its work, and it's really quiet. That's the first I've heard of it recently, or last week. Last week is when I think it was last week, or maybe a couple weeks, whatever. That was recent. So yeah, gotta love it. So as for tonight's broadcast, I'm just going to leave it open. Oh, that's right. I do have a title for it. Oh, that's right. There was another title I had, but I forgot what it was. That we are gods. That we are gods experiencing a human experience. I'm not sure how many are going to take that. They don't believe it. Some people don't believe it. They're not here to believe it, but I want to go into it anyway. This is something I've connected to quite a while ago, at least when I got into this whole channeling thing. And basically, we are all supreme beings. We just come to this world to figure something out. We're not here to really connect to our full power here. Well, doesn't mean you can't. Well, it's all connected to different timelines, so you will eventually do your part. Let's put it that way. But I believe we're all gods in the astral world. I'm not sure how many are going to digest that. Some do already have a god complex. So look, you're already there. But that's not what this is about. It's. I think the more humble you are, the better. But what do I know? Everyone has their own thing. And of course, at least those I've connected in the spiritual community that are off camera, and then when they're on camera, there's somebody else. But off camera, they're Miss Know-It-Alls, at least the one I've connected to in the past. And yeah, that's the way it is, unfortunately. But either way, as for our, you can say it's a God complex to some degree. Anyway, if you dream about reptilian, if you dream about reptilians all night, there's something going on there. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. But either way, that's kind of cryptic. But either way, it's been a long day, a long last 2 days. It was like raining almost nonstop yesterday. I had to drive through all that. And I'm here trying to get my thoughts together. But as for we're all gods, I'll let you go with that as you feel. It's basically we're all from different universes. And deciphering those universes here might not be the easiest. Because there's things out there that, of course, we haven't really explored this universe really. And I might bring in somebody for that to go into more detail. Because, the channelings are mostly about our galaxy, Andromeda constellation, nearby stuff. But I usually don't go outside of that, here and there, but not often. So tonight's connection will most likely go in that direction. As for, yes, connecting to the universe, obviously there are beings here that are trying to shut that down, such as reptilians. If I remember right today, I don't remember what the messages were today. I forgot. I did, I connected to a prime creator of other worlds, different than prime creator. Well, this prime creator has different aspects. So they're always everyone's going to have their own version of every being that you connect with. But as for the God connection that we all have, it's a major sacrifice coming into this world because you're used to the things that you create. You're used to your own vibration, and you come into this world and everything's the opposite. So how old is everybody? Probably very old. If you think you're old. And those that aren't old usually show it pretty well. But, they're new gods. They're more into Lady Gaga and Britney Spears. Some of them, I don't know if they've been born yesterday. But these are gods. I don't know. It's different ways of looking at new gods. New gods have been created in this universe and never really experienced a lot. And then again, you never know. Some like to disguise it and show everybody that they're a new soul, and actually they aren't. They just want to see how you operate, how you take that. They're here and just see how it's because they go all to the trendy stuff and see what that's about. So you never know what's going on half the time. Let's put it that way. But as for the agenda, is also bring in somebody to go to the agenda, at least the galactic direction. Also, I was going to connect to a couple of beings. We'll see how far I get with this. This one's kind of scattered, but that's not always a bad thing. Yeah, this one's going to be kind of scattered. It's been just, it is just as it is. Those are new to all this is livetone.com. I have private sessions throughout the week. I think Monday I have an opening, and the rest of the week mostly. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Skype conversations also. It's all recorded. This is the phone number that I call on when I give you a shout out when I call you, basically. There's also the 5-minute questions. I'm on Sunday at this time. I should be able to catch up a lot better tomorrow. Spirit Social also, once again, same thing. And also spiritual connections from other channelers and healers. Much recommend. Also have a social network. I think I have that here. Much recommend that. And we also have the web phone apps, Google Hangouts, Google and iPhone. It's basically just easier to get the videos if you wanted to get it by your phone. You just open up the app, and there you go. There's Oracle cards here also, if you're interested. And I have the Jake comic. This is actually the old one, but you can always check on the site here. See the update. Oh yeah, I did upload. I'm gonna do some changes here on this eventually, but yeah, if you want to read it, you can find it here. Yeah, I haven't done any. Well, anyway. All right. Thank you for your support. Yeah, this video is kind of off. They can't all be winners. Well, all right, let's see what we bring in. And one moment. We'll try for galactic updates. Is there anything I can get out of them? There's a lot going on. Obviously, I don't connect to a lot what's going on. I stay out of all that. Just doesn't really. Is it really going to do me any good or whatever? I mean, is it going to? It's information. But it's going to be life changing at all? Well, you never know. They do keep a lot of the weird stuff kind of. I can connect to it, but I don't because I don't think people are going to understand it. So I do filter that stuff out. If you're wondering, it can get weird. I mean, I connected to pig aliens. How many people are connected to that? Not many. Even if we are kind of pig people. Yeah, we pretty much are. Yeah, we're like hairless monkeys with pig. Yeah, long story there, I guess. Yeah, I would like to see them. They have civilizations like ours, not like this, but a little bit more civilized. They can be a pain in the ass too, just like you can imagine any type of sci-fi. Just very kind, very much pain in the ass. They're not that different than us. Always, they're not like this. We're kind of like in a jail cell compared to other worlds that are free. So they're not perfect. Especially in the fourth dimension, they got galactic stuff going on, which many of us would like to connect with. But as for freeing this world, it has to do with the world's consciousness. As for basically, it's right now, the world consciousness, I've said this before, I'll say it anyway again. It's kind of like in elementary school. It's not college. It's far from it. At least spiritually, it's an elementary school. It does not believe in it. Some of them are in third grade, some are in kindergarten still, and refuse to leave. And refusing to leave is those that are into consuming and gossip and stuff. But that's not always the case. But when you have your own, it's basically everybody uses their spiritual abilities. Everybody uses them. Even if you don't believe in any of the psychic stuff, you use it anyway. So your intuition, all that, everybody uses it, and yet they say psychic work does not exist, but yet you use it every day. So this is why it's called kindergarten. Until you realize what you got, then you can upgrade. But many chose not to. They're not ready to accept the responsibility of their abilities. That's that's a good thing then. If you're not going to take the responsibility for what you're capable of, it's probably best to stay where you are. It's shut down. So I guess I'm getting higher self higher self connection. Yeah, it's a weird world, and our world as a checklist. I think I talked about this yesterday. So like at work, people at work, if you're a guy, it's like, okay, you have a girlfriend, check that box. You like sports, check that box. You have work, check that box. How's the holidays? You doing anything for the holidays? Check that box. It's like, wow, that's real exciting. This is our world. I wonder why I signed up for this. I don't know why. Sometimes I just, yeah, that sounds really unexciting. It really does. I was hoping that wasn't going to do that. Oh well. Oh well. So that's going to go on. That's going to go on for a while. I don't know if you pick that up or not. Anyway. So yeah, it's obviously this is the baby steps into the real world, fourth dimensional thinking, fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional ideas of basically, yeah, it's another thing that came in the message eventually, not to say we're going to find full peace here, but we are going to get more time of understanding ourselves. How that's going to work, I guess we're breaking the wall of third dimension. So yes, there's going to be things going on in government. Now realize those that, I've talked about this before, but those are connected to, they say World War III is going to happen, and those in the 1930s and all that. It's like all that stuff's been cut off, meaning that we're like creating new timelines. We're going a whole another direction. Looking at the past is great and everything, but your answers are going forward, not backward. Forward is within. Forward is your spirit guides, your angels, even if you don't always agree with everybody in the universe. That's okay. Talking to pig people, duck people. If we have a conversation with it, I know this all sounds crazy, but third dimension, when you look at third dimension, it's not that exciting. I mean, you got sports and you got and of course they're going to heckle and get all mad, and some of the spiritual community say, no, embrace all the mediocrity. Yeah, great. But like cats, animal, like people that have a canine, isn't that like a child? Well, yeah, and they're not stupid; they're smart. Just us, we're the stupid ones because we're not realizing what they're doing. It's like we call animals not. You got to turn that mind around. They're not stupid at all. Well, I think our society treats them. I wonder how the chickens are going to treat us one day. And the cows, they're going to just come and kick our ass. I don't think so, but, we have some time to figure this all out. It's over. Yeah, it's just like one step at a time, getting used to looking at the world in a different way, basically. That's what all this is about. It's what we have right now. I don't know, it's like a half-baked reality because it depends on where you are in the world. But another thing with connecting to your spiritual self, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to have any money, really. You just believe in yourself, and be surprised how many. And those that are in the 3D world, that are in pop culture and all that, you'd be amazed once they start like, okay, let me just pause for a minute and connect within. You'd be amazed what they can pick up on. So I'm not, I know it's a zombie apocalypse and all that. I like to throw that out there. But also, they have a lot of answers a lot of us don't have. And the idea is to find that. But channeling isn't for everybody. I mean, there's conscious channeling. Is looking within. There's different, like what I do. Of course, I call it trance channel. It's not really trance channel, but I call it whatever I feel like. But yeah, I guess you got to go by what everyone says. But whatever. Yeah, break all. I don't care. But you know, we're opening up new realities here. We're going into a new stage where we're just going to. The old world is. I don't know when this is going to occur. I mean, technically, it's happening now, but like when's the big shift coming? As for knowing more about us, you know, instead of all this consumerism stuff, and it's going to be around until we don't need it anymore. We start like walking to the stairwells of ourselves and being more clear of what reality. You know, we all create realities constantly. It doesn't mean you have to connect to them all the time because I go nuts. But the idea is to find like the gift, the present within. Like somebody, just for those that are know the media, like Bill O'Reilly, for that matter, is a programmer, Anunnaki controlled, arrogant, sexual harasser, third world, third dimensional, third world, and that's our media. Can you imagine our media talking about chakras and healing? It's like instead of causing the problems, why don't they heal the problems? We see what's going on. Like there's an abuse. There was Harvey Weinstein. Well, we heal that situation, not judge him, but heal and find out why this occurred, and heal him, and along with those that were involved with that, healed, especially healed. Yeah, it's just why they. I think part of that was to expose him too. Why all those women to better their careers, but also eventually to expose them. It was almost as if, you know, I've had a message from somebody, not from me, but somebody else picked up that he might have been abused as a child, possibly. Um, but for it's like his call for help, you can say. So it's kind of like he's like a rug. He's like he lays down, and he wants everybody, and he just asks for everybody to lay on top of him, you know, to show that he needs help, basically. It's all on how you look at things. So, and it's there to build. And once again, females will get stronger as, yeah, they're going to take the world over again. Well, they're going to reconnect to their essence of their true selves instead of being second to males. Of course, women still have a lot of power here, of course, but it's not really seen, at least in the public eye. Well, in the business world, politics, it's all old, creepy looking guys. It's like, that's really spooky, actually. Of course, Nancy Pelosi is another deal. That's an Anunnaki creature. I'm not sure if who's worse, Hillary Clinton or Nancy Pelosi. I think they're both at it's scary voodoo there. But as for our awakening process, is that we're going to come to a time, I believe, through activations. I'm not sure what's taking so long, actually. I don't know. We learn more about ourselves. Is that what this is all about? It's learning about us, you know, opening ourselves up. And I do get the message, like, I ask, because I don't always see what's around. Like, I'm told I'm not ready. Probably because I'm going through a certain type of mission. Use myself as an example. I'm going through a certain type of mission where I don't really need to see. I don't really want to see all these beings flying around anyway. Now, who would want to see that? I mean, some do. I don't hear them very often either. Maybe I shut them out because I don't feel like hearing that anymore. It might be part of my mission too. But as for our place here, basically, is just to reactivate ourselves. But as for when and how, obviously, you know, what's taking so long. There's a reason for everything, and we'll see what. So that's why I don't go into the galactic updates so much, because, like, I mean, it's information. It's kind of entertainment, but you know, it might have its clarity of what's going on. So, but yeah, the idea is for us to, yeah, because what I see is it's not perfect, obviously, but I also see calm coming into our reality. A calm energy, a shift of awareness of us. I'm not sure about those that are in the third dimensional thinking pattern or two dimensional, one dimensional for that matter, where that's going to go. There will be a gradual shift. Maybe we're not in there yet, but we're going to be. Where like the library of us will be revealed eventually. Yeah, the idea is to have fun with it. But it is also nice to know what's going on, where we're heading. You know, it's part of a lesson, it's a test. We're not here to know everything, obviously, but it's nice to be able to, I guess you can say many want to open themselves up even more to share their talents and to remove a lot of the negativity here. And obviously, that's something that has to be done very gradually. It's not something you want to do fast. That's for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to do that quickly. Like the manipulations going around our prison system, there is a lot of Martian energies there. Yeah, Martians are here to reverse us, which makes sense. Not just the reptilians, but the Martians here that are not very friendly are part of the descension energies. Yeah, that makes sense. And they do work with the reptilians. Yeah, I'm getting that right now. It's like they're winding our clock backwards, and that's why it's so difficult. Because why some people feel like I'm not getting anywhere. It's not always the case. Some people are being turned backwards. Like, I'm very open today. I can connect to this, connect to that, and then today I can't connect to anything. That's not always meaning that you're being manipulated. A lot of it has to do with the spirit world and your lessons. It could be that the beings that are causing difficulties are allowed to connect with us and shut us down. There's a possibility of that. I wouldn't doubt it. There's different reasons for that. Is that one day I have all these dreams, I can do this, I can do that, and all of a sudden I can't do anything. So I would say the Martians are involved with that somewhat. I know it sounds funny. The Martians are here. I believe so. I believe definitely. Obviously, Anunnaki and other beings are here. Can't prove it, but you have to just connect to your energies. Martian, there may be positive Martians here also for sure. Yeah, when you hear about the secret space program, Martian energies all through that. But also positive there. As a positive market, Martians want us to find ourselves. You can say Martian magicians is another word for it. Part of it is that they are like extraterrestrial wizards. Yeah, they go from Mars to here in an instant just by thought. That's pretty powerful. These are more of the ascended masters, the ones that were not wiped out, obviously, that can move within the dimensions and even see the timelines very clearly. When we are ready, we will get a flow of information. We're building up to that. Basically, this is what I'm getting. Those of us that are in our awakening state, it's like you say you want to be a part of it more, because you always have a choice. You say yes or no. You say no, it won't happen. Say yes, I want to know more, I want to help more, I want to do this. And that's where you get assistance. And that's when really, I think that's where really when the ascension really starts to, it's when we want our power back, basically. And there's enough of us. I've said this in the past, sort of, but it's it's you have to make a, even if you feel like you're not really contributing a lot to the world, you are. Everybody is. It's just not seen, like YouTube, like whatever. You know what I mean? But everybody's a part of it. It just not everybody needs to be like where I am. Trust me, I don't want to be here. I think it's better. I guess I've done this in the past enough, so it's like, sure, why not? I guess I didn't have to reincarnate here again, so it's like, sure, why not? Why not? What about that? Anyway, when you see the positives of it, it makes sense. When you see the rest of the world, it's like, what am I thinking? Oh, anyway. But it's I don't know how that works exactly. It's like taking, being open to assisting the earth. I mean, imagine many have already agreed to it, and you do it spiritually, basically. And eventually we'll see, and it goes into the timelines, and it changes them for the better. Doesn't mean you have to think about it all the time. I don't know how it works exactly, but that's what I'm getting from it. So, and it does feels right. It's like a wave in an ocean. It changes different currents, and in those that are, allowing themselves to open up, even if you don't see it, you don't see yourself flying as much as someone would like to, but it's like we're all building up this current, and that's what's going to change the timeline eventually. It's just not enough of us to do it right now. That's why it hasn't happened fast, but it's building up, and this is why it takes time. And obviously, with the way the world is, you don't want anything drastically to hit it, obviously. Yeah, because with somebody like want disclosure right now, which I understand, that doesn't mean I don't know how it's gonna. I always say I don't know because I want to know, but I'm not giving. An astral, I go. I do things I probably shouldn't be doing. Apparently, I don't remember what they are. Yeah, because like the end of April, so it'll be about a month of this disclosure situation, and I kind of realized it's going to be some downturn of it, of course, for good reason. It's going to be slow for a while. So, all right, we'll open it up the channel for beings to hopefully they are who they say they are. You never know. I want to put that out there. So beings that are being a pain in the ass. It's probably a good idea to do that actually, because you never know. I connected to people. Some people's higher selves. They think that's not my higher self. My higher self is saying I suck or something. Well, maybe that's probably because it's true. But there's like one case that happened. You'd be surprised. That's a very small percent. Most people don't have that. But so anyway, it's like a grandmother higher selves, like, get your act together. And don't always agree. So I understand it's very small. I'm gonna put that out there. People, higher selves are usually, you're normally like with your guides. The majority, you're on the same boat. There are others that you don't always agree. You'll know. So, and some here that think they know everything, and it turns into a big drama. Days of our lives, and that's their deal. So, okay. All right, so I guess I think that's good to put it out. Make sure that the right one comes through. I think for the most part it does, but there are times when I don't know what those times are. But I think 99% of the time it's the right one. At least it puts it out there to make sure that the right ones come in. Instead of this, I'm going to be smart. Because if they're hiding, they tell me who they are before they come in, but then some can clone that, not easily. But as long as it's a positive, well, that's the other thing. As long as it's a positive message, and I believe 99% of the time it is. So get your act together over there. All right. Yeah, because when they dial in, you just got to trust it. So, all right. Blessings. And here we go. Greetings to you. I am Isaiah, a Time Lord from your future. Greetings. Our, yes, connections in your vibration. We are, yes, from a future Earth. Our Earth that has not gone through the turmoil of yours, a more peaceful version. But we are, wow, you can say the third Earth if you want to add a number to it. But we are here to bring assistance to you at this time. As for yes, your cabal energies at this moment are causing mind control issues, as you see, for those with video games, as basically taking your mind and putting it into the machine. Now, you can see that if you feel like you're being possessed. That's not always, because that's AI connecting to your energies, into your Kundalini taking over, and also going into your mental state of how to think. Your television has done this too. If you ever look at television and feel like you're being possessed, you feel the energies coming from it that are there to program you. They're going through your chakra system, but also interfering with your higher self connections to give you more understanding of that. Reptilians are, yes, the king of this. They have caused much difficulty, but basically putting a block in front of you. So basically, from your spirit world. So basically, your reptilians are now ruling you, and you no longer have a spiritual connection. You do, but it's faded. As many has experienced this. Now, that is not the end of the world, but it is very difficult to remove it. It is like, you can say, it's like a reptilian sitting at a computer controlling you and many others, because you're all, those that are under a reptilian manipulation are all networked together to keep an eye on you and program you as they feel, and also cause diseases also. Yes, they do play humans very, very well. And how to remove this is you trust yourself. Again, because some do give away their power and they don't know how to bring it back. That's another form of possession. You are possessed by beings you don't understand. You can be possessed by a friend of yours as they are controlling you, as others are controlling them. As our, yes, our connection with your world. Yes, you are going, your next week is a new week. You are basically turning that into a new timeline vibration. The end of your May. Your summer is going to be a different type of summer than you are used to. Energies, basically, you will feel you're connecting more to Mars, possibly depending on individual, and different worlds, possibly. Even worlds in your solar system you do not see. There are several here that you are not seeing for good reason. How would you feel if there was like 20 other planets in your solar system? It'd be kind of crowded, wouldn't it? There are many here. Not everyone, not every alien is going to connect to it. It's not that important because some are in different dimensions, and it's not that important. But to let you realize, let you know that your network to the, yes, your galaxy, your universe, you are opening yourselves up. As for when this occurs, in your summer, most likely you'll feel a difference. As for your, yes, your alien contact, that takes time. As you tune, it's basically, as you tune your energies, you're allowing someone to come in, meaning that you are allowing more alien contact information to come in. Look at it that way. A download, basically. As we're ready, we're tuning with the earth at other dimensions. You are building up to, it's not something you want to do quickly, But more knowledge that you're going to get downloaded is what matters most at this time. Now, yes, my collective can watch, but not intervene. As I come from a world of basically, not to say watchers, but in some way, we do not have the hardships of your reality. For good reason, so we can see your world more clearly. We see all other realities that are connected to yours, and come in and to give guidance, at least at this time. Don't have to go into full detail, but do assist your other aliens as you connect to another version of Earth to get input, our input, as basically we are, you can say philosophers in some regard, we are scientists, energies, basically, yes, once again, we don't have the problems of your world, but we do have other versions of ourselves in your dimension, on your world of to word it. As we have versions of ourselves on your world, so we can interconnect to that easily, and other aliens connect to us to see you. If that makes sense. Yes. Oh, yes. Your political world is disintegrating. You realize you have superstars in your politics, like your Hillary Clinton, your Bushes, and all that nonsense. A lot of that's going to calm itself down, and more the spiritual energies will erupt eventually, not quickly, as basically spiritual guidance become more part of your society. I mean, imagine many of you are aware of this. It's basically trusting yourselves. Most of your humans aren't understanding that. They're trusting the media. They're trusting their favorite songwriter, which is fine. But realize this envelope of you, or this universe of you, has not been tapped into fully, has it? It's basically your game. Basically, what's going on. Yes, it's not easy. It never intended to be easy here. It's basically we have every being in the universe trying to keep you shut down. You're trying. Basically, what happens here is you're setting yourself on fire. You're lighting your own candle, and others coming to blow it out. You want to connect. You want to power up, and somebody blows you out. So we're here to keep that fire going, or keep that inner fire going, so they can't interfere with you so much. That is not easy. And especially you are ruling your life, but also there's, yes, many lessons within every lesson. And yes, it gets very, very complicated. So our message to you is that, yes, just go about your day. Do what you feel like you need to do. But basically your new earth will have more spiritual guidance and understanding. You are building that up. You're coming out of your web. This summer, yes, is a time of cracking open the shell. Little by little, your alien friends you'll feel them around. Let's put it that way. When the time is right, they are waiting for the right time. They see all the timelines pretty clearly for the most part. And when they see they're going to affect something in a negative way, they pull back. They don't want to cause any difficulties more than you already have. You want settledness to occur. As for disclosure, most likely that will be within. You've already had it on a spiritual. There's like phases of disclosure. Yes, you're aware. Become more and more and more aware. As for seeing us in your skies, once again, that will be many of you awakening. You'll just be downloading more of your power. Be able to see when the time is right. So it won't affect the rest of your humans because they are, as you know, not going into a best. You can't disturb the beehive, basically, because they'll get all radical and irrational. But many of you that are aware become more and more aware of your friends here. Just the timing is not yet. So as for disclosure, though, there's things here we can't go into with understanding. So we will leave you as you are following your path. Just, yes, our advice, just to be yourself. I know that sounds very repetitive, but just what are your instincts telling you to do? Follow that. Not everyone here is to do the same thing. There's versions of your world where you will all be doing all kinds of crazy things, going in different directions, going to other worlds. Those days are coming. But you are clearing out the nest of your Illuminati, as they have been, yes, having fun. You are here to heal that and set yourselves free. Yes, you are connecting to them to close down the old guard and have no guard at all, just to open up and be free. Blessings always. Much fun. All right, leave it with that. All right, take care, everyone. Blessings, and I'll be back here tomorrow. And I'll probably be in this kitchen again.